guys eating food? Are you buying drinks? Are you enjoying yourself? Are you eating food? Are you eating hot dogs? Are you eating watermelon? Are you eating cookies?
Yeah.
Guess who does all that shit for you? Vicky. Everyone, give it up for Vicky. Keep buying drinks. They're plentiful in these parts. Your next comic is from Portland, and I did memorize his name. I just forgot it like a jerk. And it's Justin Lentz. He's very excited. He's going to bring us up. And he also has glasses and might be in a band.
Not in a band, I just have a very, very homosexual record collection. Hi, I'm Justin Lentz. I live in Portland right now. I am not originally from there. I'm from a town called Redding, California. You guys know where Redding is?
Yeah.
I'm so glad the first thing I heard was 3 people boo Redding, California. So my parents still live in Redding, California, and I had a realization the other day that my dad was not just a frugal individual, but was also a redneck communist. And the way I figured this out was because he used to tell us that we couldn't have a pool because our neighbors had a pool, so he just wanted us to share in certain circumstances. Like, it was just the weirdest thing to me. But I do live in Portland now. I had to move there to do my dream job, which I am now officially sponsored to play video games, which I'm very excited about. Got to take a little bit of time off from work to come down and tell you guys some jokes. It's a lot easier than I thought it was when I was a kid. Really, all you have to do is find a sponsor. My sponsor happens to be the Oregon Department of Unemployment, which is rad. They only care that I'm good at one job, and that's called lying about looking for jobs, which is great. But unemployment or being unemployed is very strange. Like I had a moment where I actually had to forget the joke that I was going to tell right there. But I'm going to tell it anyway because I just remembered. So I went and I was looking for cars because I'm not smart and I like to look at things that I can't afford, which is fun. That's why I look at sandwiches a lot of the time. Basically, they stopped showing me cars with the OnStar device. Do you guys know what OnStar is? It's the thing that alerts the authorities when you hit something with your car. That's how they market it. This is usually what I see whenever I see those commercials. And I realized that the OnStar device, if you don't have health insurance or car insurance, is pretty much just your car being a narc. So I had them show me cars without the OnStar system in it, but the only thing they had was the cheaper version, and instead of OnStar, it had a Coinstar system in it, which is great because it keeps tabs on how much money I put in it, and I still owe my mom $6,000. So that's good. I'm glad that it keeps me informed. Other thing is that I'm a huge Star Wars nerd. Like, I love Star Wars. But I found out that the older I get, because I'm 28 years old, and I camped for the first 2 Star Wars movies, like Episode 1 and 2, not the first 2, obviously. And it basically gave me, like, the worst white guy post-traumatic stress syndrome you can get, because nobody gives a shit, because you're just like, yeah, it's hard, like, I loved it, and then all of a sudden some shit came out that made it horrible. And, I realized that that's not really something you can bring up to a war veteran and get any kind of sympathy out of. The other thing I realized is that, like, it's basically just destroyed my entire, like, I love Star Wars and that makes me a nerd, because now I can't even talk to kids about it without swearing. Because they're like, I love the Clone Wars, and I was like, you're fucking retarded. And then their mom yells at me, and then we stop dating. But that's my Star Wars joke that I've been trying to write for 6 months and can't do it because I have to be accurate on it. Because in the Star Wars movie, I will echo myself. Like, I'll be like, yeah, I made the parsec run in 12 points. Wait, parsec is a unit of measure. Fuck you! God damn it! That's not really the way to do that. Other thing I saw the other day, I love dogs, but I hate people, which makes it really hard to just meet dogs. Like, I don't give a shit about their owner. I just care about the dog. I'm just like, hey, what's up? Be with you in a second. Hold on a second. What are you doing? Have they been beating you? I figured out that I love dogs that wear, like, people clothes, just because they're that much more interesting, because I think they have a job, and I'm just like, how'd you do it? Like, but I saw a dog wearing a jacket the other day, which I was really, like, kind of like, this is badass, I gotta meet this dog. And I was, like, petting this dog, and I was like, oh, this is so cool, like, where'd you get this jacket? She was like, it's not a jacket. it's a compression shirt. He has diabetes. So our animals now have diabetes, everybody. That's always good to know. It's weird. And because I got the light, I'm going to leave you guys on this one. Like I said, huge nerd. And I get reminders that I'm a huge nerd all the time in my life. The most recent one that I can remember is every Christmas since I was 15, I get a dragon statue from my Dungeon Master's mom. Now, if you don't know what a Dungeon Master is, it is not a sex thing. It is the opposite of a sex thing. It's a guy who makes up monsters for you to fight with mathematics. So, not a lot of women showing up in that room. Well, there's one, but she's bringing juice boxes and cookies, and you can't stare at her ass. Your friend gets mad at you. But this year I get this dragon statue. He's badass. Obviously, it's a dragon statue. Like, I don't even have to say that anymore. He's green, and he has a sweet yellow stripe running down his back. And he's supposed to be holding a marble. But whatever third world child they paid to put this thing together forgot to put the marble in his hand, still put the gob of hot glue in his hand to hold the marble in place, and he's staring at it. So now, instead of looking really epic and kind of like he's telling somebody's future, he just looks kind of ashamed of himself and kind of like he doesn't know how to masturbate. Which I realize is just the Ides of March every time I look at my mantle, because he's just like, this will be you one day. 3 times a day. That's my time. I've been Justin Lentz. Thank you guys very much.
Justin Lentz, everyone give it up one more time. You guys are a really good audience. I like you a lot. Clap for yourselves for me. Thank you. I like it. Good job. Your next comic was on Last Comic Standing. And he's still standing, right? It's Jacob Syrup, everyone. Put your hands in the place where you clap together.
Should I lose the glasses? We've had too many glasses. I feel like it's been too much already.